go! Okay, so today we're going to have a little look at some of the things we kind of covered slightly in the technical last week as well. So we're going to talk about triplets and a beginner's blues shuffle. Really important to play shuffles on the drums and to understand how they work. And yeah, so we're going to spend some time doing that today. And we can have a little look at song 2, of course, as well, if you want. So first of all, let's have a little look at a triplet. So if you remember what a triplet is, that's wonderful. A triplet is basically when we hit 3 times to a beat. So we're very used to kind of crotchets and quavers. If I just put my click on. So a crotchet is when we just hit once per beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me use the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're very used to doing that. Also, we're very used to quavers, because that's what we normally hit on the hi-hat, where we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So we're very used to those. But a triplet is when we hit 3 times to a click. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Okay, so hitting 3 times per click. So we're going to start just by having a little play through that so we can practice a triplet. Always good to be practicing our note values. Really, really useful. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure we can hit them accurately. So my click is set to 80. Feel free to set your own click to 80 as well for an exercise I'm going to do now. Or just join along with mine if you can hear my click okay. So what we're going to do is 1 and a 2. Okay. So we're just hitting 1 and a 2. 1 and a 2. So that's right, left, right, left. Starting on the right, that will be on your 1. 1 and a 2. Left hand will be 2, okay? So 80 BPM, it will go like this. So 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. And our aim is just to make sure that our 1 and our 2 are bang on that click, okay? You might notice that the 1 is going to be on your right hand, the 2 is going to be on your left hand. So it's a little bit complicated, okay? Here we go. 2, 3, and a 4, and 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 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 All right. There's lots of ways we can play triplets. So the next thing we're going to do is just a slight variation where we're going to do a double hit. Okay, so we could basically going to do an open roll on the left hand. So right hand, 1, left, twice, back on the right. So 1 and a 2. Okay, have a little go with that to see it's comfortable. 1 and a 2. Right, left, left, right. 1 and a 2. All right, have a little go. 1 and a 2. 1 and a 2. Okay, so we're going to put the click on, 80 BPM still. Here we go. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 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 All right, next thing we're going to do is just move that around the kit a little bit. So we're going to start on the snare drum, then go up onto the left tom, right tom, floor tom. Okay, still doing the open roll on the left hand. All right, just on the 1 and the 2. Here we go. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, and let's go again. So 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, good job. Next one is, again, very similar, but we're just going to keep building on our triplet. So we're going to stop on 3 this time instead of 2. So we're going to go 1 and a 2 and a 3. Might notice this time you're going to stop on your right hand. 1 and a 2 and a 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3, 4. So we're not doing open rolls anymore, just right, left, right, left, right, left, right, okay? 1 and a 2 and a 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3, 4. Like that. Here we go. All on the snare. 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 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 3, 4. Okay, again, just making sure our triplets are accurate and we're hitting exactly on that click on 1 and 3 in particular. Right, so you might be wondering why all this talk of triplets, and that's because, as I said earlier, we're going to look a bit at a blues shuffle, which kind of goes that kind of thing, which is really based on triplets. So really good to understand how triplets work and to be able to play them well, to be able to then use the blues shuffle rhythm. All right. So what we're doing, instead of just hitting what you call straight quavers, 1, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's what we're used to. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. They're called straight quavers, just normal quavers. We're hitting swung quavers, is a shuffle. So the way we work those out is we use our triplets. Okay, so if I'm counting a triplet, I can count it like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and some people count it like this: 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. And we're going to use that second way just to explain how we get the blues shuffle. Okay, so it's a very simple thing. All we do is we don't hit on the part of the word trip. So we go 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1. So we end up with this kind of thing. Okay, da 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 da, instead of our straight quaver, we go. All right, that's the first thing we just want to practice. So let's have a go at just playing that on the hi-hat, where we're just literally going to go 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1. Okay, you can hear me saying that trip, and I'm not playing on that. 1 triplet, 2 triplet. I'm not playing on the trip, okay? 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet. Okay? Right, so let's have a go just playing that. Just practice it. Practice in your own time. I'll do it as well. And then we'll add to that in a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1. Okay, just keep going. So you're after that kind of sound. Okay, so if you've got that, I bet you have, because it's not that hard, although it's a bit weird counting it. I think counting it's harder than playing it, to be honest with you. What we're going to do is just add our kick drum and our snare drum. We're going to try adding them both in, just where we normally would. Okay, so if I'm doing my straight quavers, doing my normal rhythm, yeah, like that. My normal basic rhythm. I'm just going to change my hi-hat into those swung quavers. They're based on the triplet. Okay, so it's going to sound like that instead. So have a go at doing that one. See how that feels for you. Beat is still on the 1 and 3 on the kick and 2 and 4 on the snare, same as usual. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A 1, 2, a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. All right. How's it going? How is that going? You can pop something in the chat if you want. That would be really interesting. Once you got the hang of these kind of swung quavers, as they're called, playing it as we did, counting the triplets. They're not too hard, but they are a bit weird to start playing. Yeah, so they are a little bit weird when you first start playing them. Because the triplet is such a strong feel in this kind of blues shuffle, a lot of the fills also based on triplets. So you'll hear there where I was playing my main rhythm, and then with a fill, hitting those triplets. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, a 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So those triplets, they're really important to understand and to get the feel of those triplets. All right, so if that's going well, we're going to try adding another kick drum. This kick drum's not too hard to add in, actually, because it goes with the hand. It goes with the hi-hat. So you can hear that coming in there with hi-hat. Boom, 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 boom. This gives it more of a feel of a kind of swung shuffle. Gives it more of that kind of bluesy. All right. Yeah. So basic blues shuffle, adding in that double kick there to kind of accent that swung feel. So what we're going to do for a bit of an experiment is try and go back and forth between a straight beat and then the shuffle. Okay. We'll pause in between. So we're going to go. And into the shuffle. The straight beat. And then into a shuffle. Okay, so let's try that. I'm going to set it to 80 BPM still. Just with a straight beat first. The shuffle. 3, 4. Okay. Trying to make sure we're in time as best we can. So straight beat first again. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, I said straight and I played a shuffle. 2, 3, 4. Now a shuffle. And that was better. All right. Hopefully that's given you just a taster of a shuffle beat. Very, very, very common in obviously blues, but kind of jazz and some rock as well. So really common beat out there. Well worth practicing. And hopefully you also understand how it's made by using the triplet and counting by leaving off that trip in the middle. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, and so on. Kind of gives you that shuffle feel. And an understanding that the fills, when you mess around with those fills and try and create your own, base them on the triplet, it's hard to go wrong. All right, so just have a play around with that. Gives you a whole new aspect to your drumming. Okay, let's have a continued look at song 2. This is obviously from the Grade 2 Trinity Rock and Pop book, and hopefully this is going well for you. That's the one, that's the starting rhythm to it. And then we get to the trashy hi-hat section where we are playing playing that beat there with the trashy hi-hat. Remember, with a trashy hi-hat, we want a bit of noise out of it, but we don't want it completely open. Because if it's completely open, it kind of just drowns out the rest of the kit. It's almost like hitting your crash cymbal. So yeah, trashy. Just keep it open a bit. don't just take your foot off. It's about foot control and just opening it a little bit on that pedal, okay? All right. So let's go through the song. We've covered the main rhythms a couple of times, so hopefully they're going well now. Just be really careful of the repeat signs. So see how many repeat signs you can spot. Have a little look for some now. So where's the first repeat sign? Remember, we're looking for 2 dots. The repeat signs I mean are the 2 dots at the end of the lines, okay? I know we've got the other repeat signs which mean repeat the same bars. They look a bit like a percentage sign. But just be really careful and spot those 2 little dots, which mean we then have to repeat the whole section, okay? Right, so your first couple of dots there are on the first line. So after you've played this main rhythm twice, after you've done that twice, you've got to do it. Go back to the beginning and do it again. So we're going to play that all 4 times, okay? All right, so let's have a go at doing that. We're going to play that through 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the 4 times. Then we're into the bit that we just talked about with the trashy hi-hat. Trashy hi-hat. Have a quick look. Can you spot any dots which mean repeat there? Yeah, absolutely. So we've got them at the beginning there and at the end. That means again we have to play all of that line once and then play it all again. Okay, so that's another 4 playthroughs of that rhythm. So yeah, there's a few, isn't there? So 1, 2, yeah. Okay, so let's do the trashy hi-hat section there before we get to the verse. Just check your hi-hat. Make sure it's just a bit trashy sounding, a bit dirty sounding, rather than open. All right. Okay, so let's play that rhythm. We're going to do that for entire 8 bars, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, then we're back into the verse. Yeah, you might well have spotted the next repeat sign. But it's a long way off, isn't it? So the next repeat sign we got all through the chorus. We're going to play all through the chorus. Onto the second page. We're going to play all through the top line. And the second line starts on bar 27. Then we have to go all the way from there back to the beginning of the verse for the second verse. Right? So we play from 9 all the way through to 30. 9 all the way through to 30 before we go back to 9. All right? That's a long way to go. So let's have a go at doing that. How are you feeling about this one? You feeling happy with this one now? What I'd like to do before we try and play through the whole section is just look at bar 24 onwards on that second page. All right, because we've got the crash symbol coming in there. We've also got that little fill in bar 26. All right, so 24, 25 are just they're quite easy. Then we've got that little fill. So this is very similar, bar 26, to what you've played before in Uptown Funk, where in Uptown Funk we were using the floor tom, the snare and the kick. so you probably remember playing that. So this one's very similar, starting on the kick. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's have a go at playing that rhythm up to there. Play through the fill as well, and then we'll go into bar 27. Okay, so we're going. Right, we're going to try and get to there. Are you ready? Excellent. You've practiced a lot then. Well done. Great job. So let's just play from 24 and we're going to stop at 28. So we're going to play 27 as well. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 4. All right, so I played 28 there as well, just because that kind of feels like the right place to stop. Got the whole rhythm there. Okay, should we go one more time? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Excellent job. Okay, so if you're feeling happy with that, why don't we have a crack from the verse through the chorus? That's the trashy hi-hat. All the way up to where we just stopped. How about that? Should we have a go? Okay, so verse, chorus, and then we'll finish after the. Okay. Let's have a go. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, how was that? We've got to be quite careful on this bit, actually, because when you get into that trashy hi-hat on the chorus, you'd expect it to play through 8 bars of that, but it just does 6 before it gets onto that crash cymbal. So just be careful of that, okay? Earlier on, in the introduction, when we played the trashy hi-hat, we did end up playing 8 bars of it, but this time we're playing 6 bars. So you'll see at the bottom of the first page there, where it changes onto the crash cymbal into that other rhythm. All right, so just be a little bit careful of that. How did it go? Did that go well? Did it go well? I'd like to know. All right. Let's have another go, shall we? Should we do it again? And this time, let's go all the way through until we have to go back to that verse. Okay? So we're going to go all the way to bar 30. Hit the repeat sign, and then we're going to stop when we get back to that verse, all right? Okay, here we go. Of course, play at your own pace. You don't need to just keep up with me, but if you're just playing along with me, then we're doing the same thing, and that's really great. Okay? Let's have a go. 1, 2, 4, and... Here we are, here we are, there we are. Got all the way through to that section. Yeah, as I say, it's fine if you play a bit slower than me. It's just good that you're doing... it's just good that we're doing the same thing. So if I'm playing through a section, I know you've also played through that section. It's fine if you go a bit slower or even a bit quicker if you're confident with it. This song is actually quite quick. We don't have to hit the correct speed yet, but I'll just show you how fast it is. So it is 116 BPM. Yeah, so that's how fast it actually is. It's quite a quick song, but we do not need to get to that speed yet. What we need to do is make sure we're playing it right and we're happy with it, and then speed will just come naturally as confidence improves, okay? So yeah, don't worry about that. Right, should we have one more go at that section? Let's have one more go at that section before we have to finish. And yeah, and then I'll leave you to practice that shuffle beat. That'll be really interesting. I'm looking forward to being back in schools next week, and you can show me how that shuffle beat's coming along as well as these other songs. That's going to be really cool. Right, let's do the same thing. So verse, chorus, up to the repeats in bar 30, and then we're going to stop at that verse again, all right? And we're not going to be playing full speed. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and... There we go, all the way through back into the verse as well. So yeah, one of the things that's quite tricky about it is moving the right hand around, because it's down really low here doing the rim of the tom, and we've got to bring it all the way up for the trashy cymbal, the hi-hat, and all the way back down again. So this can be quite tricky, moving it around the kit. Yeah, it'd be really cool to get onto the acoustic kit as well when we're back at schools, because then you'll get a really nice sound out of the kit instead of just the same tom sound that you're probably getting on that kit at home. All right. Okay. Excellent. Take care. As I said, have fun with that blues shuffle. Try and get that under your fingers so you're feeling more confident with it. And yeah, I will see you next week. And we are back in school. Okay. Excellent. Take care. Bye-bye.